Hello and welcome back. And since we have now installed the Jupyter Notebook, it's time to start some hands-on with the Numpy library. So we have understand the Numpy libraries. You can go to the first video and understand it again if you have not gone through it. And then we have discussed about the lists and arrays in Numpy. That was also done in the very first video. And now it's time to start some hands-on with the arrays. So first of all, we will see that how we can initialize the arrays, right? So I have this particular Jupyter notebook open, and let me close all this what was open so that I can show you. So the first thing is that you have to install the Numpy library. So how you will install it? So basically you need to open the Windows PowerShell, and if you have the Python installed, then you should have this PIP also installed. Python package manager, so you can do something like this: pip install and then numpy. So once you do this, your numpy library will be installed. Since I have already installed it, so it is showing me requirement already satisfied, so it's not asking anything else and it's already installed. So you can do this command and you can run this command and you will be able to have the numpy library installed. After that, you can do you can import in your program, right? So import numpy. Okay, so you can run this command numpy, or you can do something like this: import numpy as np. You can create an alias, because aliases usually help you to write the code faster, because rather than using numpy, now I will use the np, right? So I have this np now. So in this same block, not in the same block, I can run in the next block. So in the first block, I have installed the I have imported the numpy library. Now I will create the array. I will initialize the array, right? So let me show you. So array is equal to np.array. You can use this function array. Simply you can use this one, np.array, and inside this you need to provide a list of values. So 1 2 3 4 5. So although it looks like a list of values, but internally it will be stored in the continuous memory location, just like for the arrays, since it is array, right? So if you want to print it, you can do this, print array, and you run it. It will be 1 2 3 4 5, right? So it is showing as a list. You provide it as a list, but it is not in fact a list. After you use this function array, after that it will just convert it into a contiguous memory location values, right? So this will be just like the arrays that you have studied in the C programming language, Java, or Python, or C# for that matter. So any programming language you have used where you have studied about the arrays, it is the same type of array in the continuous memory location. So can I provide the value in some other form? Apart from just providing it in the list form? Yes, you can. You can provide it in the form of the tuples as well. So let me show you how you can provide it in the form of the tuples. So np.array, and here I can do 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Okay, so I can do this, and now if I run this and let me print it. Okay, so I'm printing it. If I run it, you can see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, they all have been printed as a list. It looks like list, but again, if you have used array, then it is an array. Internally, it has been maintained as an array. So if you have used and initialized anything using the numpy library, then in that case, it's not a list after converting it into array. It's internally stored as a continuous memory location and will be behaving like an array. Now, let me tell you that apart from initializing, you can provide the type as well, right? The type of the values that you want to initialize, right? So data types are also defined for different kind of arrays can also be defined. So I'm just going to tell you, but before I tell you that, let me tell you one more thing, that you can see there are few programming exercises I have written. So I have just composed these programming exercises in such a manner that if you go through these exercises only, then you will be able to have a good hands-on on the numpy library. So with the minimal number of questions, minimal number of question sets for programming, I would like to try to give you that set here only, so that you can practice at least that one, right? With the minimum set of questions, you will be able to cover most of the concepts in the NumPy library. And if you keep practicing them, then you will be, in a good touch with the NumPy library, right? So within 2 or 3 weeks, after a good exercise of repeating all these exercises again and again, you will be well versed with the NumPy library. So that is why I have tried to prepare all these questions in this manner, right? So that you can practice quickly. And if you practice only these programs, then you will be able to practice and get a good hands-on of all the important concepts that are used in the NumPy. For example, you can check this question number 9. So here I have written, create an array of 8 elements and convert it into a 2-dimensional array of 2 rows and 4 columns. So creating an array of 8 elements, converting into the 2D array of certain dimension, and then changing the value at a particular cell. If you try to do that, you will do that. And if you have done that, then there is a question as well. Can you do that? If yes, is it a view or copy after reshape? So all these view, copy, reshape, all these things we will understand. But yeah, in one question, you are going to cover 2 or 3 things, 2 or 3 concepts, right? So usually in case of tutorials, just like if you go through some tutorial, they just give you a set of instructions and you just keep practicing them. But here I have tried to create the questions in such a manner that if you practice them, then it will really connect you in a different manner, so that your mind is able to grasp it easily and quickly within a week or 2. So let me start the first 2 questions. So today I'm just going to do these first 2 questions. Create an array of type int64 with 5 integers initialized. So I want to create an array of 5 integers with int64 data type. You know that integers can be of 32-bit, which is 4 byte, and 64-bit, which is 8 bytes. So can we do that? Can we initialize for the int64? Yes, we can initialize. We can initialize the arrays through the NumPy library for a particular data type as well, right? So let me show you one example. Array is equal to np dot array, and I want to initialize it like as an integer 3, 4, 5. Then I need to give something like this. I need to give d type. Right, so you need to give d type. D type means I'm defining the data type for this particular array. So d type is the keyword that you will use. So here I'm using I. So for the integer I use I, and if I use I, just I, then it means I am initializing the array with I32, which means 32-bit array. 32-bit integer, right? So if I run this, if I print this, print array, then you will be able to see it has been print very well. And now let me make it like in the next cell, let me make it something like I32. No, basically I want to print the type. So print d type, arr dot d type. So using the d type, I can print the type of the values that this array is going to store. So this is integer 32. I want to use int64. I want to store the int64 integer values in my array. Then what I can do, I can provide here I8. 8 means 8 bytes. So if I do 8 bytes, I first need to run this because I am changing here. So first I need to run this block, and now if I run this block, the next block, then it will print me int64. Right, so which means that in 64 you need to give I8, and in 32 you need to give I4. 4 means 4 bytes, which means 32 bits. So this is the way you can initialize the arrays with a particular data type. If you have to initialize the array with string, then you use s, right? So if you use s, you run this, and then if you run the second block, you can see it is giving you s1. So for the string, it gives you s1. Pardon me. So for the string, you can see s1. Similarly, you can have boolean, you can have complex, any kind of data, you can initialize, right? So all those things are already available. C for complex, I for integer, S for string, right? B for boolean. So all those things are already given there. So here don't confuse it with the boolean. It's just a way of representing the array in the form of a string. So a string is a set of characters, so every element in this array has been shown as a character. 1 2 3 4 5. Sorry, I have some bad throat. And now it's array.d type s1. You convert it into the v, then it will give you 1 2 3 4 5. And now if you run this, it int 8. So if you convert it into the boolean value, then it only takes 1 byte, because it only needs 1 byte, either 1 or 0, right? So that is why it can be stored in only 1 byte. So it's only 8 bits it has taken, although it can be only 1 bit as well, right? But yeah, minimum value for the integer, minimum byte for an integer which can be stored here is 8 bits. So that is why it is int 8. So similarly, we have the complex numbers as well. So if you do this, so B is the, again I'm telling you, B is the way to represent it. So it's not the complex, basically it's a character value. So if I run now this, so this is again S1, because characters are also, character array is a string. So that is why it is showing you S1, right? So this is not for the boolean, right? So this is C for the character, not for the complex. B is not for the boolean, C is not for the complex. It's only for the, it's only a representation. It's only for the character array. Okay, so this is how you can create the different type of arrays, and I leave it up to you to explore and find out how you can create an array of complex numbers, create an array of different things, different data types. So all those things you can try it yourself, but yeah, this is one of the things that you have to use. Mostly you need to use the integer values or the float values. So that is all about it. Let me remove these, and I would suggest that you keep removing when you are exercising. When you have not learned the things, just keep removing for a new exercise, so that you practice it more, you write it more, because writing more is very important, right? Although it's the OpenAI era, but you should be first aware about the things, and after that, to keep your things simpler, you can use the OpenAI library, right? If I write some some query on the OpenAI portal, then if I use the ChatGPT, it can give me a piece of code where it has initialized some array, right? But that will not make you smart enough, that is not make you good enough in the programming hands-on things. So first you do the hands-on, and then later on, when you know these things, when you are aware about these things, then you can take the help of OpenAI or AI, right? So let's go to the next question. The second question says, create an array of type integer 32 with 5 integers and convert it into string. So after you created an array, after that, can you convert that, right? So that is the thing. Okay, that is the question here. So let me initialize an array. Array is equal to np dot array. Let me add something like this. Np, why is it a problem? So let me run it, and then array is equal to np dot array, and then let me initialize 1 2 3 4 5, and then d type, which is the type of the array, type of the values this array will store, is the integer 32. So it will take around 4 bytes. So I4 I can do, and then I can run it, and let's see, let's print it here in this block. So here it is, like it's let me run it first, and then let's run it. So I4, why it is giving me like this? It should not give me, it's an integer, right? So it should be only integer. So if I run this, yeah, there is some problem with this one. Let me remove all the other piece of codes, and let me write it again. So here I'm going to markdown. So import numpy as np, and now array is equal to np dot array. And now let me write like 1 2 3 4 5, and then d type is equal to I4, which means 32-bit. I'm going to initialize, so I have done this. Now I will print so now this is 1 2 3 4 5. It is printed perfectly. And what I have to do, I have to now convert it into a string after it has been created, right? So what I can do, I can use the function array on the array. This array I have created, array dot as type, and I need to give s. So I need to convert it into the string type. So if I run this, you can see that it is showing you that this is the way it will be converted. But if I print it array, if I print it, will it change? No, it's still the integer one. So basically, as type function does not convert this original array contents. It gives you another array, array 2, right? It gives you another array. It returns you another array of a particular type after using this as type. Now if you run this, and now if you run this array 2, then you will be able to see the output, right? B is just a representation here, and then 1 2 3 4 5, these have become the characters. So this is how you can convert it at the runtime. As type is the function which converts the a value to a particular value. So the conversion between the two types is done through the as type function. And as type function, you must need to remember that it doesn't convert the original array. It returns a new array with the particular specification of data type. Okay, so with this, I would like to say thanks a lot to you guys for joining me. And if you think that this can be useful for you and for your friends, so please like my channel, please like this video, please subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. And with this, I would like to say have a nice day and bye bye, and I will try to meet you soon in the next video. Till then, have a nice day and bye bye.